show you. This grammar, it is not difficult, but it is like a little bit long because we are going to use with all the grammars that we have seen. Okay, so for example, what do we have here? It is, or what is the difference with the other grammars? It is this. When we make like questions, normal questions and the polite questions. If I tell to you, Chris, what is your name? How could you convert this question in a polite way?
I don't know.
Like maybe, for example,
Is
are
your
you
is your name
please?
Christina?
Yeah, that is the question. And how could you convert like a little bit more polite?
Polite. Maybe maybe are you Christina?
Yeah, okay, okay. Okay, it could be great, but no, we're going to add like another little thing, okay, in order to convert polite. We have the normal questions that it is what you were saying, like, are you Christine? This is the normal question, the most not formal, but that is the normal question. But how can I convert that question into polite, for example? It is going to be in this way. The embedded questions, this embedded question, it is like a little phrase, okay, a little phrase, a part of a sentence that we are going to include in a question. We're going to include in a question in order to make it polite. Okay, so this is like in one question we have two parts. The first part that it is the embedded question, and the second part that after the embedded question is the normal question. Okay, so we have like two parts in order to convert like polite questions. Okay, so let's start. We have to see in different tenses. So for example, here, let's start with the verb to be. We can use the embedded questions with any tense. We could use with to be, with present, with past, with, for example, continuous, with what are the others? With the auxiliaries like should, could, can, would, with any. But the main or where many people used to have some errors is in the following ones. The first one, let's see, in verb to be. Let's see the normal question. We are talking about questions with WH questions. For example, where? My question is, where is the station? This is my question. Where is the station? If I have to make the formula of this question, it is the following. The WH, the auxiliary, the subject, and if we have a complement. That is my normal question. But if I want to convert if I want to convert into embedded question, first I will start with the embedded question. After the embedded question, I have the WH, I have the subject, and I have the auxiliary and the complement, okay? For example, let's convert it. The normal question, where is the station? The embedded question that we have to add before the normal question, it is, could you tell me, this is called embedded question. So this little phrase, could you tell me, it's embedded question. Okay, so could you tell me? And after this, I have to put my normal question. In order to put my normal question, I will put the WH, the same. I will respect the WH, but after the WH question, all of this, I have to convert into affirmative sentence, okay, into affirmative. So what do we have to do? We have to start with the subject, the auxiliary or the verb, and the complement. So we have to convert into affirmative, okay, into affirmative. Like here, we have to put first the embedded question, after the WH, after the subject, after the subject, the auxiliary, and after the question, the complement. Okay, so could you tell me, I respect where? My subject, not the auxiliary. My subject is station, and after the auxiliary is. Could you tell me where the station is? That is the polite question, and that is called embedded question. Okay, just that, no more. After this, we have, for example, the other. What is your name? The embedded question. Could you tell me what your name is? Where is your house? Could you tell me where your house is? Okay, where your house is. And that's it. Okay, that's it. No more. If I tell you, Chris, when is your birthday? How would you convert into embedded? When is your birthday?
Could you tell me when your birthday is?
Excellent, perfect. If I say, where are you going?
Could you tell me where um where going up?
Always remember that we start with the subject.
You could you tell me where you going?
Yeah, you are going, no? Because
You are
first
going.
the subject, after the auxiliary, and after the complement. Where you are going. So we have to convert into affirmative. Okay, no more,
Okay.
just that. After this, what do we have? The simple present. In simple present, we have to remember that we have the two auxiliaries, right? Do and does. We have does and we have do, but we have to remember that does we use in order or when we talk about third person, he, she, it. And do we use with first person and plural, right? And plural. What do we have here? It is the normal question. For example, where does she work? We are using she, so we use does as an auxiliary. What do we have to do in order to convert into embedded question? The same as the verb to be. We have to put the embedded question, we respect the WH question, and we convert after all the WH, we convert it into affirmative sentence. Okay, so always we put the subject, he, she, or it, the verb, but as we are using he, she, it, in the verb we have to add s, es, ies. Okay, and this is because in affirmatives we said that we have to use this rule in affirmative sentences, okay, with these subjects. That is because, and as you can realize, we don't put the auxiliary in affirmatives. Just the subject, the verb with s, es, ies, and the complement. No more. So, where does she work? In embedded, I have now another phrase to use for embedded. I don't know. This is called embedded question. I don't know. Okay, embedded question. We respect the WH where we put the subject she, as we have here, subject. We don't put the auxiliary, but we put the verb. The verb with s, es, ies. Okay, so I don't know where she works. Yo no sé dónde ella trabaja. Okay, so just that. Another. When does he study? Could you tell me when the same WH, the subject he, and the verb, but the verb with s, es, ies. Studies in this case. I don't know what she, the subject, she likes with s, likes to eat. But there is one thing. When we talk about embedded questions, the first thing that we have to know it is if we have the embedded question with an auxiliary that starts with an auxiliary, it could be could, would, do you know. If we start the embedded question with an auxiliary, always we end the sentence in question mark. But if we start the embedded question with subject, in this case I don't know, if we start with subject, we just end in period. So questions for question mark and subjects with period. Okay?
Mhm.
Until there, do you have some question?
No, Lore.
Okay. Excellent. Now, here, do, the other option. What do you like? With this do, we don't have like, this is not like difficult because it's much easier. What do you like? We put the embedded question, we put the WH, and the only thing that we have to do is says I have to put the subject, all of these are you with A, and after what we have to put the verb in base form and the complement if we have no more. Okay. For example, here I don't know what you like. So we don't put to do, just the subject and the verb. I don't know what you like. Just that. Could you tell me what you like? So, period and complement. Okay, they complement the question. Okay, here. Period with the subject, period with the subject, auxiliary with a question. If I tell you, Chris, for example, okay, where do we live? How is the embedded question? You could choose whatever of this. I don't know, or could you tell?
Where?
Yeah, where do we live?
Could you tell me where we live?
Excellent, muy bien. And for third person, what does he play?
Could you tell me what he plays?
Muy bien, plays. Excellent. So that is in simple present. Simple past, we have to remember that we have the auxiliary did. So all the sentences is going to be with did. For example, where did you go? This is like a question, but in past. And we have to remember that we never put the auxiliary in past in a sentence, in an affirmative sentence. So when we have to convert since here until the end in affirmative sentence, we just put the subject, the verb in past, and the complement. For example, could you tell me where the question mark, sorry, the WH, where we respect you, the subject, and the verb, but the verb in past. Go, went. Okay. So, one, where, no, when the, when did, yeah, okay, when did you buy that dress? How can I make it into formal, into polite? When did you buy that dress?
Could you tell me when you buy it?
No,
That dress?
it's not. buy it? The
Mm,
past of buy?
mm, I.
No, bought, right? Bought is the past of buy.
Mm,
So how does it have to be the sentence? Again, when did you buy that dress?
buy.
Yeah,
I hear
buy.
buy. Pay. Pay.
Like pay, no, buy, bought, right?
Buy.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah. So, again, please.
Yes.
When? Could you tell me?
Yes.
Okay, that's the thing. Now, here we have another with the complement. What did you eat yesterday? Could you tell me what you, the subject, the verb in past, ate yesterday? Okay, no. This is in present past. And for example, what happened if I tell you here, mm, for example, where, okay, where should I go? How could you make into embedded question?
Could you tell me where I mm, should go?
Yeah, could you tell me where I should go? No, because this should, it's my auxiliary. So first my subject, after my auxiliary, and after the verb, right? Yes, and that is for everything. For example, if I tell you, what can you play? How could you make it in embedded? What can you play?
Could you tell me what um, what you can play?
Yeah, what
Mhm.
I can play. First
I
the
can play.
subject, I, after the auxiliary, can, and after the verb, play. Okay?
Okay.
Always in that way. Now, this was with WH. What happens if we have just no question? When we don't have WH? For example, is she an artist? This is the question. We start with B. Is she an artist? All of this we have to convert into affirmative. Subject, the auxiliary, and the complement. Could you tell me? And as we don't have WH question, we are going to replace by if. Okay, when we don't have WH, like where, what, when, who, we put if. Okay, if. Is she an artist? So we convert into affirmative. Could you tell me if she, the subject, after the verb to be, if she is an artist? Okay, no more. So instead of WH, we put if. Okay, no WH, we put. The same happens with do and does. Indeed. Do you like animals? So could you tell me if you like animals? Okay, so we don't have what, we put if. Does your mom live in La Paz? So could you tell me if, let's say, if your mom lives with S in the verb in La Paz, because we don't put the auxiliary do, neither does. And finally, we have to put the question with did. Did, that it is the negative. So, did you come here? Always we start with the subject. Could you tell me if you came here? Okay, if came here. The verb in past and the complement. Okay, came here. No more. Okay, so let's see. Like a review of everything. We have this. The first period. It says, oh, it says, if there is a question word is the same as the WH, we keep it. Okay, so we have to respect what, where, who, when, which. Okay, we have to respect. If we don't have, if there is no a question word, we have to put if or whether. If or whether. After. In normal sentences, in embedded questions, we don't mention do, does, and did. We never mention these three ones, do, does, did. Okay? This is the three most important periods for embedded questions. Now, let's see here. We have this kind of embedded questions. We said that we have embedded questions that starts with subjects. For example, I wonder, me pregunta. And it starts with subject. Okay. They don't know. It starts with subject. So with the man. Okay, like it's like more gentleman in some cases. It's like, what is this another word? I forget this, like it's a synonym. But we use these, all of these embedded subject questions. For all of these, the most common is like I don't know, I wonder, and yeah, just those two ones. But if you hear in some cases, you are going to hear some of these other ones. Like for example, I've forgotten. Yo había olvidado. Okay. I've forgotten why I started this. Había olvidado por qué comencé esto. Okay, so we have these different of subjects. If you want, you could use it in your embedded questions. It's not necessary to use with I always, or with they, or with we. We can variate. For example, here, instead of I wonder, I could put like we wonder. Nos preguntábamos if we're talking about many people. Okay, so in these subject embedded questions, we can variate the subjects. But the most important thing here it is that when we start an embedded question with a subject, we have to end with a period. Okay, no question mark, period. After, when we have the embedded questions with auxiliaries, like could you tell me, do you know, can you tell me, would you help me, but all of them that starts with an auxiliary, not a subject, all of them it's going to be always with question mark. Question mark always. Okay? Until here, do we have some question, please?
No, Lore.
Okay. And finally, we have one important thing. And some questions we can find like this. Some questions like this, for example, where we put the WH, we put the verb directly to the verb, we don't have any auxiliary, and the complement. For example, who loves Julie? When we have this, the WH, the verb, and the complement, always, we use first the embedded question and we repeat the same. We put the same. I don't know who loves Julie. I don't know who loves Julie. What happened? We have the WH and the verb in past. We're trying to find out what happened. The same. The only thing that we have to know it is the if we put the period or the question. Okay, no more. So that is the embedded question, please. Maybe until here. Do we have some question?
No, Lore.
Okay, excellent. I will send you these documents so you will have all these structures. Okay, and in the same document you have some other exercises here that you could do in order to practice. We're gonna do it like this, like just talking. Okay, just talking before going to the platform. So in the first one, okay, could you tell me maybe what is or how could it be with embedded?
The first question.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know where she lives.
Yeah. Where she lives. Yeah, okay. The second, you could change it. And, for default, I put it like I don't know to everything, but you could put another embed if you.
Mm.
The second one,
Could you tell me what um, what 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 in the post are late?
no, I will remember this third one. Please, here. When we have the WH, and after the WH we have directly to a verb. It could be verb in present, past, whatever, but we don't have the auxiliary, the subject, we don't have. We repeat the same question.
Mm.
Okay, and in this case, we are using what arrived in the post. We have arrived that it is a verb.
Okay, could you tell me what arrived in the post?
Okay, excellent. 3.
Could you tell me how they had the idea?
How they Had the idea. Yeah. Number 4.
Could you tell me? Could you tell me when she is working?
Yeah. Okay. Great. Excellent. 5. Open here. It stopped. Why? Mm, that happened. Okay. So, okay. 5.
Could you tell me why he left?
Left. Yeah,
Left.
left. Excellent. The past. 6.
Could you tell me mm, could you tell me if she if she has eaten?
Excellent. 7.
Could you tell me they could you tell me if they have found a flat?
Okay. Excellent. Okay. 8.
Could you tell me could you tell me the, in the could you tell me if the teacher went on the train course?
Yeah.
And could you tell me if Julie liked school?
Excellent.
Could you tell me if David will get a new job?
Excellent. Perfect. Excellent. So that is some valid questions. And do you have maybe some questions, please?
No.
Okay. Let's go to the platform. We will assign you 15 seconds. Okay, so we can start.
I cannot share my screen.
Okay, I think that now it's
Thank you.
in the soup. Y siempre le vamos a dar una leída, ¿ok, Chris? Si tiene sentido. Okay, let's see there, for example. How many, ¿cuántos ellos tienen empleados? Or maybe, how many de qué? ¿Cuántos empleados? ¿No? How many employees they have? Yeah, yeah, just that. Okay. Yeah, that is the only. Excellent. Perfect. Now let's go next. Okay, there you have the question. For example, in one, where is it? And you have to convert into embedded question. Well, you have the embedded question. Do you know, for example, but you have to complete with the normal question, okay? And
Okay.
we have to be careful in order to put period or question mark. depending on the embed. Okay?
Okay.
Ok, Chris. ¿Qué pasó acá? ¿No aparece la respuesta?
No.
No. Why? The internet, maybe?
Yes, I.
Ah, okay. Okay, two mistakes. Where? Okay, three. What time? Okay, if we are using
Get.
simple present, gets,
Yes.
right? Gets. And the other, remember, the special case. WH question and directly to the verb. So who took the same question, right?
Okay.
Who took this one? Yeah. Mhm. Excellent. Perfect. So how is it? Is it difficult? Easy?
I think it's difficult.
A little bit, right? A little bit, but with practice, we could do it. Okay. So we have to practice because in the next book, we have like a review of this grammar. So we have to remember all of this. Okay. Mm,
Lord,
okay.
thank you.
So now I am assigning you the quizzes and the final tests of the model. Dun, dun. Quizzes for model. Dun, dun. Okay. Okay, so you have assigned, and on Monday we will start with the next model, model C. Okay, Chris?
Okay, Lord.
Okay, perfect. So, let's finish here. Second, second. Okay, have two surveys. Okay, this is the first one. And we have the second. Give me a second, please. Mm, yes. Okay, Chris. So, see you on Monday. And yes, if you have some questions, some doubt, please tell me by WhatsApp. Okay?
Okay, Lore. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Bye
Bye.
bye.